Transformers Rise of the Beast is the sequel to Bumblebee, and it introduces the fan favorite Maximals to the live action franchise. Does Rise of the Beast beat the odds and break the long trend of awful Transformers movies, or does this just suck? Watch to the end to find out. It goes without saying that the Transformers themselves are always cool. Optimus Prime returns, and he has an interesting character arc in this movie because he starts off really bitter and hardened from war. He's intolerant towards humans, which is very different than what we're used to seeing him. But over the course of the movie, he learns that there is more to humanity than meets the eye. But it was still cool seeing that angrier side of Optimus Prime. It was a nice take. You have other Autobots like Bumblebee and RC, but the highlight had to be the brand new Autobot Mirage, who's voiced by Pete Davidson. Mirage is a pretty funny Transformer, and I love the relationship he has with the human character Noah. Those two together are gold. And of course you're introduced to the Maximals, Transformers who turn into animals instead of cars and planes, and their leader is Optimus Primal, no relation to Optimus Prime, and he's a robot gorilla. Primal is a leader much like Optimus Prime, but he has a gentle style of leadership which makes him really likable. But he's also a giant robot gorilla, so that means he can smash things when he has to, and that makes him very cool. But the main reason why you would want to watch this movie in the first place is because big robots fighting each other. Just like back in the day when you're playing with your action figures and you're just blah, 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 blah. Especially in the finale when the Autobots and Maximals go to war with the Terracons on that empty battlefield and each Transformer is showing all the different cool things they could do. It was sweet. It just goes to show that no matter who you are, big robots fighting each other is always cool. It's like the heart requires it. Rise of the Beast also has human characters, which eventually Hollywood will be able to trust the audience enough to have a Transformer movie with just Transformers, but these human characters were alright. The previous Transformers movie had awful human characters. They were completely worthless. So it was nice to see that these humans actually had value. Elena, for example, was a historian, so she was able to find this ancient key that the Transformers needed. And Noah was a thief, so he was able to steal stuff for them. They contribute. Also, Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback are great actors, so that helps too. The absolute best thing about this movie though was the ending, because it teases for something that's gonna come in future movies, and it's such a random thing, but when it happened, I was like, I am coming. So pay attention to the ending. The biggest offense by Rise of the Beast though was the lack of Beast. You'd assume with the title that the Maximals would be a big part of the movie, but no, they were just backup characters. There are 4 Maximals in this movie. Of the 4, only Optimus Primal and Air Razor have a decent amount of lines. The other Maximal, Cheetor, great name, says only like 5 words, and then Rhinox, he doesn't say anything at all. He just stands there. Like, bruh, the movie is named because of them. Like, give them something to say. And the story revolves around Optimus Prime and the Autobots, which is confusing because it starts off focusing on Optimus Primal and the Maximals escaping from their planet that's being destroyed by Unicron and the Terracons. So you assume this is gonna be about them, that's how the story is set up. But then they just vanish and they don't reappear until the second half of the movie. So instead, we just have the Autobots and then the Maximals are standing behind them like, hey, we're here too. The Maximals should have been the main focus, the main group of heroes in this movie, and you could have the Autobots show up and be backup, but it needs to be the Maximals movie. Why call it Rise of the Beast if the Beasts aren't a big part of the movie? They could have just taken out the Maximals altogether and it would have been the same exact movie. It's really frustrating. But besides that, Transformers Rise of the Beast is a fun time at the movies. It's definitely the second best movie out of all the live action movies, which isn't saying a lot, but it counts. The action is awesome, you'll love the Transformers themselves, and the humans are passable. It still has big time issues with storytelling, especially with how they waste the Maximals, but how it ends does get me excited for what's to come. Transformers Rise of the Beast is not what I wanted, but I'll take it. Like sugar-free soda. Another movie that's just a fun time at the theaters is Godzilla vs. Kong. Check out my review on it by clicking on the box right here, and if you enjoyed this review and you want to see more, do the menage a trois, and I'll see you in the next video.